So, the spirits, part 5 of this Chaos Shamanism series. Chaos meaning a number of things. Today it means essence, the essence of shamanism. The essence is spirit. It's coming back to spirit, always living from spirit, that thing in you. We don't exactly know what it is. It's more than us. It's bigger than us. It's the place that we have to live from. In a way, that's what shamanism's about. It's about that in the context of belonging to the natural world. So we're talking about what's essential to shamanism, what's core to shamanism. And of course, that term's already been taken up, core shamanism, and it refers to a bunch of techniques for journeying to drums. And, that's such a narrow way of describing this great project that we're undertaking, which is reclaiming indigeneity. We're reclaiming that indigenous worldview, that indigenous way of feeling about the world and relating to the world that we've lost in our big religions, and then Christianity, and then in science after that. Somewhere that soulfulness, that is also the fire, earth, air, and spirit of the world. Sun, rain, soil, and wind. Yeah. Somewhere that connection has been lost. We've got caught up in this thing of, we're heading off up there to heaven, or the world's dead and we've got this great technological future before us. We need to sort of come back to this soulfulness, this heartfulness, this connectiveness, this simplicity. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. It's just a life to be lived. And this spirit in us and the spirits around us. The spirits, that's what I began with. What are these spirits? I don't know. People talk about, their animal helper, their spirit guide. They might have different animal helpers that turn up at different times. I mean, I do. When I work, I began with the core shamanism in the 1997, I think it was. Yeah, I did that course. But it's broadened into, or changed into, I can lie down and journey to a drum, but actually it's just there. Yeah. And it shifts into me physically. That's the thing. I don't go and meet the spirits. Some indigenous people saying, no, they come to you. You don't go to them. They come to you. That's how they see it. And that's how it works for me. They come into me. I don't go and find them. I don't journey miles and miles down to a lower world. I'm not invalidating that, but there's this other way. And it's just like they're there because the spirits are always with us. They kind of are us and not us. Depends how we define me. Yeah. In our narrow sense, no, they're not us. They're outside and they come to us. In other ways, they are us in a bigger sense. Yeah. We kind of are the universe, and there's these helpers which understand us intimately. They know how we're unfolding. Yeah. They're gods of the unconscious. You could put it like that way, but even the unconscious makes it too personal and narrow. This is something bigger. It's a bigger cosmology. So we must never forget that we're part of a cosmology, an intimate part of the cosmology, and we have our contribution to make. Which in a way is not for us to explain. It's just whatever does it for us. So that's another way we could see, how do I live shamanically? Well, it's belonging to the natural world, yeah, being part of it, and doing that thing that calls you, doing that thing that you love. This is about doing the thing that you love in your life. Life is a joyful thing. And that can require courage. That can require patience. That can require honesty. It's easy to put aside the things that really matter in the interests, excuse me, of the things we just think matter or that we ought to do. There's the oughts. Often the people around you, maybe the society around you, will tell you who you ought to be. That's just the way it works. It has its rules. It's trying to survive. The collective, tells you who you ought to be, and not often that's helpful for people. But if you've got something else going on, you need to get rid of these oughts. Yeah, they're someone else's idea. We need to do the things that we love. I mean, of course, we have responsibilities to fulfill, and that's part of life as well. Economics, family, they help us incarnate and connect. But outside of that, and that's why you're listening to this, yeah, you have something that you're here to live. Do you ever get that sense there's something in you that you haven't lived yet that needs living? I get that all the time. Oh, it's hard bloody work. If I'm not living it, I'll drink too much. So I haven't had a drink now for 2 months because it anaesthetizes that. It's an easy way out of that. It's a kind of creative spark. Spirit is essentially creative. We're here to live this creative life. So, and you never know what it is that people will love. I mean, I'm an astrologer. I can look at a chart, but I don't know. I don't know what it is that interests them, that pulls them, that calls them. Might be horses, might be astrology, might be painting, might be building things, might be trees. I don't know what it is. It gives us our joy and it also gives us our difficulty. And the spirits, now we may or may not know what they are. It doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes it's quite clear there's a bear around me or a wolf. Other times there's just something working through me. They are there to help and to guide. They will guide us in the direction of that which we love. They support us in that. And it's a challenging place to live from. It's a difficult place. It'll stretch you. It'll give you self-doubt. So what I'm going to ask you is, what would you like to be good at if you thought you were capable of it? What would do it for you? Because often we put these things aside because we think, oh no, I'd be no good at it. I mean, self-doubt is natural. It's necessary because you're not good at it. Yeah, you have to earn that kind of confidence rather than go to an analyst and talk it away. No, you have to earn it. Yeah? And all the other neurotic self-doubt as well that's around. Just get good at something. Get good at something you love. That's one of my central maxims for life. Get good at something that you love. And, you can think, well, it's just not practical to do that thing. Yeah? I can't have horses or whatever. Yeah? I think there's always a way. This is where the trust and spirit comes in. There's always a way with these things that we love. We get help. We find there's these mysterious openings and we can at least do a bit of it. We don't need to necessarily do an awful lot of it. Just a bit of whatever, just to keep that connection. And over time, it will grow and opportunities that you could never have thought of will present themselves. So that's the main point I wanted to make today. Finding that thing that you love. It's good exercise. The thing that you love that you're not doing because you think it's just not practical or you'd be no good at it. Yeah. All these excuses. And it's about living creatively. It's about the spirit being able to go beyond just following some kind of set of rules, and you're bringing something new that's your own. And that's the deepest fulfillment, the deepest joy. That really is incarnation. Incarnation isn't just about earning a living and being responsible. No, it's about something much deeper and bigger than that. It's about bringing that creative spirit in and living it, doing something with it. And that's very fulfilling, very joyful when you do that.